What's going on, Knicks Nation? Knicks lose Game 3, 111-106 to the Indiana Pacers, and boy, was that a tough loss there, especially in that fourth quarter where the Knicks had a lead and then ultimately just couldn't close it out. A lot of stuff to talk about in that fourth quarter. Obviously, we'll get through it all. You guys can voice your frustrations within the chat, through the chat. I'm going to try to go through it all, but hey, ultimately, it was a tough loss for the New York Knicks. I thought, look, it's credit to the squad, though, for, like, battling throughout this whole game. And I thought it was a lot of questionable calls, non-calls there at the end of the fourth quarter. The one that I point to is the Hartenstein was clearly getting held, but I think it was Siakam. But don't want to focus on the officiating yet. I just want to, talk about the fourth quarter. But I appreciate you guys joining me here tonight. 2-1 series lead still for the New York Knicks. Pacers, desperation shot from Nembhard there at the end. Pretty much sealed the deal after Jalen Brunson hit the three and tied the game. So that shot, and then compile that with the offensive rebounds that the Indiana Pacers were getting in the fourth quarter, just seems like the Knicks couldn't rebound the basketball in that fourth quarter, especially late in that fourth quarter. Now, one of those rebounds that they couldn't rebound was Isaiah Hartenstein was getting held, but that's neither here or there. Yeah, so hit some of these comments in the chat. Still frustrating loss. Frustrating loss. Mike says Pacers gave they all tonight, and it came down to a fluke 3. We got this series. We just wanted to close at home. Yeah, man, look, Dante DiVincenzo with a playoff career high. Absolutely incredible game for Dante DiVincenzo, number one. I thought in that fourth quarter, the Knicks, Brunson checked in and the Knicks went away from Dante in that fourth quarter. And I didn't like that at all. I thought it was a little bit too much isolation there in that fourth quarter. Thought Dante was getting it going. 7-11 from 3. They just went away from him in the fourth quarter. And I'm sure Tom Thibodeau is going to be questioned about that. But, hey, all in all, great game from Dante. But when you have a hot hand like Dante tonight, kind of keep going to him. Pacers couldn't guard him. They couldn't, stay with him. So it's a heartbreaking loss for sure. Tony, what's going on? These offensive fouls at the end killed us. Yeah, offensive fouls at the end killed the New York Knicks. It was like 3 or 4 of them that killed the Knicks. So we just couldn't grab a rebound there at the end. So, I mean, and look, regarding these referees, right, it's Jalen Brunson is getting literally held. I mean, the call that they overturned, he got fouled before they called a foul, but he is literally getting held up the court. And the refs are I think Jalen Brunson at the end of the game stayed back to talk to the referees because they're not calling anything on the Pacers. And look, Pacers are home. I get it. Pacers are going to say, oh, it is what it is. But he's getting held. He's literally getting held full court. And the referees aren't calling it. Heartbreaker, but it was an all-time effort. Just had some heartbreakers in the fourth. Yeah, Amanda says they have to think more on fast breaks, and Jalen got a pass and not play hero ball. A few times tonight on fast breaks. I think Dante got blocked. Josh Hart got blocked on the fast break. I thought that was a goaltend. It looked like a goaltend. It was super close. I couldn't really tell. But it looked like a goaltend. And, yeah, just think more. If you pull the ball out, let's reset. Because especially late in that fourth quarter where we weren't really getting set in our offense, like Dante was having an amazing start to the fourth. And then it just all of a sudden switched. Too much iso ball, too much hero ball there in that fourth quarter. A lot of standing around. And, yeah, but those fast breaks were killer. Just take it back, take a breath, and set up from there. Noah in the chat says Knicks really had that game in the bag. We did, man. Super close going up 3-0 in this series. Super close. Kesha says Brunson hero ball in the fourth has killed us a few times. Before he hit that big three, right, to tie the game, I thought a lot of the Knicks offense was surrounding Jalen Brunson, and he missed a lot of easy shots that he normally would make tonight. You could tell he was hobbled. You could tell he didn't have the same lift as he's used to having. And ESPN was trying to push the narrative that, Naismith was doing a great job on him, bigger guy, lengthwise. But Brunson, all in all, you can tell he wasn't right. But look, credit to the guys for stepping up. Credit to the guys for stepping up. Alec Burks, man. Alec Burks, he's been sitting on the bench for months. And he came in the first half, guns a-blazing. I don't think he missed a shot in the first half. Got pulled in the second half for Deuce McBride. And look, Alec Burks gave us a nice spark off the bench. 14 points, 4 rebounds. So shout out to Burks. Deuce with a little more of an offensive game tonight. I thought he missed a big three in the fourth quarter. He was open when Jalen Brunson kicked it out. But this one stings, man. This one stings. PR says, had it. Guess complaining to the refs works. With that said, we had our chances for sure. Yeah, I guess paying a $35,000 fine works. But a lot of calls, especially on Jalen Brunson. That's the one that irks me the most, is where Jalen Brunson is getting held. They're reaching in, they're not calling anything. You got to call a foul. A foul is a foul at the end of the day. Like, call the foul. Call a foul on the Pacers. So it's tough. It is tough. That was a goaltend, but Thibs, that challenge there, the out of bounds play, I thought that was a bad challenge, and it wound up costing the Knicks a timeout. So it went off Brunson clearly after the ESPN broadcast showed that it went off Brunson. But yeah, that was a bad challenge. That was a bad challenge for sure. But I mean, you got to challenge it, and that's especially when Jalen Brunson is telling you to challenge it. It's kind of tough, and Tom Thibodeau has been so good with challenges this postseason. So yeah, stop pointing fingers. We lost as a team. It's okay. Yeah, it is. Look, it's a team effort all around. But I really thought it stinks because it was right there at the end, and it took. Look, we only scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. After a great third quarter, Dante couldn't be stopped. Dante DiVincenzo could not be stopped in this game. 35 points, 44 minutes, 12 of 26, 7-11 from three. Could not be stopped especially in the fourth quarter. And Knicks came out the fourth hot, but it was like a 5-minute swing there where we didn't score. And it was like the jump ball where it clearly went towards the Pacers side, but then DiVincenzo gets it, tries to run a fast break, gets his shot blocked. He was claiming he got fouled. So, like Amanda said in the chat, the fast breaks, you kind of want to slow it down a little bit, even if you're going to have, defenders like on your butt, like a Turner, like they're hunting the ball. So, a lot of tough breaks in that fourth quarter, but that Hail Mary 3 was really the dagger. And look, I mean, say what you want, but the Pacers, we couldn't grab a rebound late in the fourth. We could not grab a rebound. The Knicks, great rebounding. Obviously, we've been the best rebounding team within these playoffs, but late in the fourth quarter, when it mattered, we could not just secure a rebound. And they beat us at our own game in the fourth quarter. But we'll learn. We'll adjust. But I love what I saw from this squad today. I really did love what I saw from everybody. I mean, dealing what we're dealing with, number one. And I know almost don't cut it, but for Burks to show you that off the bench, that's another option to go to. McBride started to get his offensive game going, 10 points. Sims only played the first half. Knicks only went 7 in the second half. Josh Hart finally got a rest, and it seemed like he came out guns a-blazing when he got back in the game. So we still up 2-1, but this one stinks. This one does sting for sure. Let's hit some of these comments. Let me put this on me. Put these comments in the chat. put these comments in the chat. All right, here we go. Benny says, how are they giving Siakam that goaltend and not Kohler for Josh Hart? First of all, Siakam flops like a fish out of water, right? Seems like Pascal Siakam just flops like a fish out of water. And, yeah, I don't understand. That was a goaltend, though. First of all, Siakam missed the layup, and Dante, he did not need to touch that ball. He did not need to touch that ball. He missed the layup, and then Dante kind of ricocheted off Dante's fingers, and they call it a goaltend. But just let the ball come off the rim. Let the ball come off the rim. A lot of tough things there at the end, especially that cost us this game. So, Dame, what's going on? Knicks and 5s. Knicks and 5. Refs jerked us clear as day. Not sweating it. The non-calls on Jalen Brunson. The Isaiah Hartenstein clearly being held to prevent him from grabbing a rebound or prevent him from contesting a shot. And it had to take a Hail Mary 3 for the Pacers to win the game. Just think about it like that. Not sweating it. It had to take a Hail Mary 3. Pacers offensively they weren't great in that second half. Knicks defensively, especially in that third quarter, were smothering the Pacers. And it had to take the non-calls, the questionable goaltending on Josh Hart, the non-fouls on Jalen Brunson, Hail Mary 3 for the Pacers to even win a game in their home arena. And look, they still won. That's all that matters at the end of the day, but that's why Dame says he's not sweating it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Amador, we fight. No quit. We good. On to the next. That's it. On to the next. I actually feel, Chris in the chat, I actually feel more confident going forward after this game. JB wasn't himself, but we still took the Pacers to the brink at Indy. 2-1. Got to get one in Indiana. Yeah, JB was clearly, you could tell he didn't really have lift. Especially, a lot of those shots in that fourth quarter. I think he got free from one of them in the fourth quarter, and he missed one of his prototypical push shots that he normally makes. So, but look, gutted it out. I think that the Knicks had a great plan for him coming into this game that kind of staggered his minutes a lot. He got subbed out at the, 6-minute mark in the first quarter. So they were kind of staggering Brunson all night long. So it's clearly he's still dealing with something. Kind of like re-injured himself in the game. But, guys, I mean, he was out there. Hit a big 3 in that fourth. But ball was sticking a little bit too much for my liking there in that fourth quarter. Wanted to see the ball move around just to get Dante a few more shots. So, we'll learn. We'll be better. Still 2-1. I ain't sweating it. Indiana got that little pound of flesh. I ain't sweating. A bunch of signs in the crowd, and the ESPN crew showing the signs in the crowd about the Knicks cheating and whatnot. It's all right. Get you a little fun in this one, but like we did in round 1, we'll come out game 4, and hopefully with the same game plan, and hopefully clean up the mistakes, and hopefully the referees. I mean, after this game, the Knicks should be petty and send the NBA like 79 foul calls on Jalen Brunson, because it's crazy. It's crazy. Bodega, it's cool. Indy ain't ready for the playoffs. Playoff hoops. Knicks in 6. Yeah, I like it. I like all the positivity in the chat tonight. I like all the positivity in the chat. Look, the thing that stinks is that we were right there to go up 3-0. Right there to go up 3-0. Grab a rebound there at the end. Get a nice possession. But offensively, we were kind of stagnant in that fourth. But look, credit to Indy making that Hail Mary shot, and that was kind of the dagger after that. When they got the offensive rebound and they hit that shot, I was like, oh, stinks. But we move on. It's still Knicks in 5 in my opinion. I've been saying that, still Knicks in 5, but this one stinks. Ortiz, salute Ortiz, appreciate you. It was a tough loss, but Thibs got to make them practice free throws and watch clips and pinpoint all the mistakes. Yeah, free throws got us again tonight, huh? I think JB missed 2. Yeah, 16 of 22 from the line, 72%. Pacers were 15 of 18 from the free throw line. So, yeah, JB missed 3. Josh Hart missed 1. Precious Sims missed 1. Yeah. Dame says, we down 4 starters and Pacers barely won this game. Don't sweat this loss. If anything, it shows how much better we are than the Pacers. It's just crazy. If we were like, if Ananobi played today, we would have been up 3-0. We should have been up 3-0 anyway. But Pacers, they're not on our level. They're not on our level. And that's why they had to take everything, try everything after game 2. Crying, sending all the clips to the referees. And you should have lost tonight. We should be up 3-0. But we're the better team. We're the better team. We got fighters on our squad, and it's always been next man up. And, once again, shout out to Alec Burks, man. I mean, coming into this game, I talked about it a little bit. I thought Burks was going to be, that guy to come in. And Burks and Sims, they got staggered a little bit. And Burks, right off the bat, first half, didn't miss a shot. I mean, he looked good. He looked great. He didn't look like the Alec Burks that we saw a little bit after the trade. But he had a great game against Indiana early on in the season, in February, I believe. And more of the same tonight. So now we know. He's probably going to be on their radar now, but now we know. I've always had faith in Burks, and he came in and really balled out. Really balled out. And that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Fly God says refs were glazing the Pacers, and so were the ESPN announcers. Yeah, Mike Breen was calling out a lot of BS, calling out all the fouls, like Brunson getting smacked in the face, no call. Brunson got fouled a few times, no call. So, I don't know. It's exactly why, like, when you cry about officiating, if you're Indiana, like, if you see, like, Knicks should be real petty and send all of these clips to Rick Carlisle's inbox tomorrow morning. And be like, we're not going to send the NBA this. We're going to send you this. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Ninja, what's going on? We missed key free throws. We can't miss free throws. I'm pissed. Yeah, it's the free. Look, it haunted us a little bit in round 1, right? Free throw shooting and inbounding the ball. I thought we cleaned up a little bit of inbounding the basketball tonight. But, yeah, free throw shooting tonight, 16 to 22. You make a few more of those, it's a different game. You're probably up 3-0 right now if you make a few more of them. But ultimately, I think the Knicks played a solid game, especially in these third quarters, like throughout the entire playoffs. Knicks have come out guns blazing. They've made their adjustments, and they've come out with a whole new game plan in the second quarter. So third quarter. So they're really adjusting. But offensively, it was a challenge in the fourth. Offensively, it was a challenge. TA says we did enough to win, but left the easy points on the court. Yep. Chance to go up 3, that hurt, bro. Yeah. A lot of things to point at, man. A lot of things to point at. It hurts, but I'm not concerned. If anything, this game further gave me confidence that we're going to wrap this up. We're going to win this series. It's just, obviously every one of these games you want to seal the deal. Going up 3-0 kind of demoralizes the other team. No team in NBA history has ever come back from that. So, but I still think we're good. Josh had 18 rebounds, but I think he should have took more shots. Knicks in 5. Yeah. Did he attempt a 3? Yeah, he had 1-3 in the first half. So, yeah, I mean, it really wasn't like the offense was really flowing through Devo tonight. And Devo and both Brunson took 26 shots tonight. And Devo 7-11 from 3. Like, I thought Josh Hart played an amazing game. Like, an incredible game. Even he was getting fouled a lot. But they're not calling anything. They're not calling like the normal fouls. Like, you literally have to smack someone you literally have to like push someone down to get a foul call. But no, Hart was like, I thought he was good. Offensively, I thought he was good. Dante looked gassed in the beginning of the fourth. He was lighting it up, man. The Pacers could not stop Dante DiVincenzo in the fourth and in the third. He was hitting some tough shots, catch and shoot, moving threes. He was on a whole nother level tonight, which is why I keep going back to the mid-fourth to the end of the fourth. Just get him more shots. He's going, get him more involved. So, Cam, what's going on? We were so close. Hell of a fight from the whole team. No, Turner got away with the goaltending on Josh at the 2-minute mark, but on to the next. Yeah, Pacers can't cry. The Pacers can't cry about anything right now, bro. Pacers can't cry. Steezy says, notice every team that cries against the Knicks always wins the next game. Philly got it in round 1, and the Pacers got it tonight. That's the crying. That's their outcry, because they don't outplay you. The Knicks outplay you. The Knicks out-hustle you. The Knicks are better than you. So your outcry is to spend a $35,000 fine just to get, some calls to go your way. And they were home. It was expected. I was expecting it, and job done on the referee's part. But job done. Dame says a lot of non-3-second calls on the Pacers. What do you guys think about I wrote this down, the blocking charge too on Jalen Brunson there? It was at the 3:30 mark. They called a blocking foul on Jalen Brunson, and he was set, in my opinion. And I'm like, bro, you call a blocking foul on that after they were calling charge after charge after charge on the Knicks? Sus. Real sus, like Bada Bing says in the chat. So many wrong offensive foul calls. So, PR says JB got literally smacked in the face and didn't get a call. The blatant ones were the ones that were bothering me. That's why he stayed after the game and talked to the referees. Trying to stay after the game and try to get an explanation. But, guys, I mean, look, if anything, like you said, it is what it is. We just have to go get him in game 4, and I think this team will respond. These games are every other day. I mean, Halliburton twisted his ankle today. Quick turnaround. Game on Sunday at 3:30. Go up 3-1 like we did in the first round. And with a chance to close it out in Madison Square Garden. So, just got to get the job done. Mike, what's going on? Appreciate you in the chat. We knew Indy would come out and try to punch us in our face. Knicks clearly the better team. I'm mad we wasted a Dante Inferno game, but the bright side is he is alive. Not worried. Knicks in 5. Dante, these last 4 or 5 games has been incredible. So, yeah, I mean, he was on fire. He couldn't be stopped. This was Indiana's first home game in the series. We knew they were going to come out. And credit to the Knicks. Indiana in that first quarter came out guns a-blazing, right? And all you had to do was weather the storm. Knicks go down 10, 12, and I'm not worried because they always seem to they always do come back. So they weathered the storm. Burks came in, gave us life. Third quarter is where we really had the hammer, punched Indy in the mouth. They kind of looked flustered and just some stagnant there in that fourth quarter, and the heave of a 3 that one sucked. When that went in, that one sucked. But it is what it is, guys. Alyssa says, no way, people. Oh, we got a Pacers fan in here. No way, people. Pacers in 6. Knicks in 5, Alyssa. Knicks in 5. We need Deuce to step up and give us something in game 4, Daddy Sports said. I thought he had, look, this is a nice step in the right direction for Deuce. I thought he missed a nice open look in that fourth quarter that would have kind of swung the momentum when we were struggling to shoot the ball and struggling to find our offense. Deuce was open there, and I thought he missed a nice one. But, yeah, and especially in I think the first half, they called some crazy blocking foul on Deuce McBride on TJ McConnell. And he's been getting the crappy end of the stick in terms of foul calls. They're not respecting him, his defense. They're looking at him and oh, we're just going to call foul on you and foul on you. So I'm not I thought Deuce was okay tonight. He was plus 11, 10 points. I thought he was okay. From what he gave us in game 1 and game 2, I thought he was okay today. Alyssa really a Pacers fans going to a Knicks fan stream. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Hey, you want to come in here? Great win. Great win. But you had to take, it had to take everything for the Pacers to win this one. And the Knicks are literally down to guys that haven't played in a while. And they're still performing. Burks hasn't played in a while. Next man up, coming to game. He gave 14, 2 of 4 from 3, 4 of 6 from the field, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 assist from Burks. Next man up. It's literally next man up, and it always has been. We have the guys to beat this team. Like Anunoby's injury situation doesn't look great. I think Woj already said he's out for game 4 and more than likely out for game 5. So, but we have more. We have the guys on this team to beat the Indiana Pacers. All we need is 2 more wins in this series. That's all we need. Is 2 more wins. You know, it would have been amazing to get this one. Incredible. And we were right there. Right there. Think about that. A couple of bounces, a couple of calls. They take the whistle out their mouth and actually blow the whistle. Goaltend was kind of questionable there. And it took the Pacers a heave to win the game. So I'm not worried. I am not worried. Yeah, Rasta says Deuce played okay, but he can do a little more. He can do a little bit more. But I think he played okay. They played against the Westchester Knicks, and they're still struggling. Look, Halliburton had his moments in this game, but now the Halliburton injury is going to be one to watch. He didn't look right after that ankle turn. And the funny thing is, tonight, the Pacers bench really didn't give him anything. Obi didn't give him anything. McConnell didn't give him anything. Isaiah Jackson. Shepard didn't really give him anything. They're playing their starters and Siakam. Siakam's like a fish out of water, man. I mean, they were calling some BS on Josh Hart in terms of guarding Siakam. And they're not, they didn't reciprocate it by giving us that love on the other end. So it is what it is. And then Halliburton and Dante, you saw Halliburton and Dante get into it in the first half. Okay, Hallie. We see you, Hallie. Keep it up. Keep it up. Alyssa says Brunson is hurt. Clearly. I mean, the lift tonight from Brunson wasn't there. Obviously, he's hobbled still. But he's going to gut it out. If he could walk, he could play like they've been saying. And I thought in the fourth quarter, I thought a little bit too much isolation there in that fourth quarter. But then he, hit that big 3. But, yeah, you can tell he's clearly compromised. And the ESPN crew is trying to, push the narrative that Naismith is doing a better job on him in terms of defending him. But, no. Brunson will adjust, and he'll bounce back. Chris says OG travel with the team. Hopefully he'll will be available for game 5. Game 4 will be amazing, but doubt it. Yeah, Woj already said it's day by day, but it's a good sign that he traveled with the team. Obviously, he went to college in Indiana, so I know it's killing him not to be out there right now, but get the treatment, get the hamstring right, and just get back on the court. But the Knicks have more than enough to beat this Indiana Pacers team. More than enough. This one sucked, don't get me wrong, but if anything, I came out this one more confident. But get game 4. Get game 4 in Indiana. Mike says Alec Burks showed the F out. Yeah, man, he did. And think about how hard that is for a player to just sit on the bench for months, right? And for him to just come in a playoff atmosphere and to play really well. It just tells you that his teammates are trusted in him, have trust in him, and he balled out tonight. And a lot of those shots were they were timely. That second quarter was big because Indiana was up, and second quarter we were matching them offensively. So yeah, credit to Burks. Big money AB. Whew. Big money AB. TNT commentators sounded like some Pacer cheerleaders. I had to mute it in the fourth. It was ESPN, but yeah, I mean, look, I like JJ Redick. I like what he brings to the table, but you know, it's Mike Breen. Shout out to him. He was pointing out a lot of stuff tonight that the referees were missing. So just leave it at that though. But it was better than the TNT broadcast that we listened to on game 2. So, all right. So this is the team stats. Let's see where the New York Knicks struggled really tonight. So many freaking ads. My goodness. Look, the Knicks shot 51% from 3 today. 51% from 3. 72% at the line. A lot of people in the chat were bringing that up. Like, we need to hit our free throws. Like, we need to get it going. It's been a struggle for us for a while now, the free throw shots, but yeah, offensive rebounds, that's what killed us there in that fourth quarter. Pacers with 13, Knicks with 10 offensive rebounds. But the thing is, a lot of those shots were like long rebounds. They were like long offensive rebounds for the Pacers. And they were in the right spot, and the ball just bounced their way in the fourth. So just luck was on their side in their home arena. So look, we played a good game. Like 20 fast break points. Like Amanda said earlier, we need to, scale that back a little bit. Kind of like if you see like 2 defenders chasing after you, maybe, scale it back a little bit. But points in the paint, 56-40. That can improve. I mean, the Pacers were attacking the paint. Fouls, 18. Pacers with 20. And Pacers could have had 25 or 30. But the referees aren't calling it. Field goal percentage, 47%. 47% for Indiana. And look, I mean, Dante, 35 on 12 of 26 from shooting. But Knicks were absolutely keeping up in this game, and we have exactly what it takes to beat this Pacers team, and we will beat this Pacers team. We will. We're going to come out Sunday, make the adjustments, hit our free throws, and then we're going to go back to Madison Square Garden up 3-1. Thing that sucks is, like, obviously you wanted to get this one. It was right there, and it's just ball didn't fall our way there in that fourth quarter. Ball didn't fall our way. Yeah, 51% from 3, and still that's a crazy number. That's a crazy 3-point. Like Dante, some of the shots Dante was hitting, like obviously I was getting hype and like going crazy, but some of those shots were incredible. Like Pacers don't they can't guard Dante. They can't guard him, and he's had an incredible series. So yeah. Ramon says, we will beat this team. We're going to be all right. There you go. Appreciate you, Ramon. We still going to win regardless if we don't have OG Anunoby. Just prime example tonight. We had what it took to beat this Pacer team, and it took, what was it, like a 35-foot 3-point shot from Nembhard, and it was nothing but net. And in the air, it kind of went in like slow motion as he shot it, right? It looked good from the angle. And I was like, no, splash. And that one sucked. But that's what I had to take for the Pacers to beat the Knicks. So, yeah. PR says, felt like the Knicks lacked the usual energy, but this game was insane. The last flurry of offensive boards by Indiana was huge. Yeah, it's just this was like your prototypical bump and grind playoff game. Like refs were letting a lot of stuff go, a lot of questionable calls, a lot of questionable non-calls, a lot of calls that I think could have went the Knicks' way but didn't. Brunson with that crazy 3 at the end. It was a struggle in that fourth quarter to even score the basketball. So, a couple of bounces here and there. We're up 3-0. I guess that's the crappy part, but I'm not worried about this Pacer team. Like they're a bunch of Like, they're all right, but like, I know we're depleted. I know we're depleted with a lot of injuries. But what this Knicks team showed me tonight is that, and what they've been showing us throughout the entire season and in these playoffs, don't matter. Next man up. Next man up, step up. And then tonight was Alec Burks. And shout out to AB. Big Money AB. That's what they call him. Big Money AB. Big Money AB. Precious needs to play more. Yeah, he played. The funny thing is, the Knicks made a switch in the fourth. I think they put Hartenstein on Siakam. So, and I thought he was doing a good job in that regard. They put Hartenstein and Siakam, and they went small. So they closed out with Hartenstein, Deuce, and the guards. And Precious only played 22 minutes. But I wonder if they go back to that more. Like, I wonder in game 4, I don't know. Because obviously I thought they were going to start Precious today, and they started Precious. But I wonder in game 4 if they go back to, like, the Deuce lineup with all the guards. But, yeah, Precious, the thing about Precious, he played 22 minutes, and he grabbed 4 offensive rebounds in those 22 minutes. So the small ball, you can say the small ball that the Knicks were playing with in that fourth quarter kind of hurt them in terms of grabbing rebounds, because Precious with 6 boards in 22 minutes, if he's out there for a couple of those possessions, maybe you say you grab a rebound. And he was doing a good job at it tonight. So, but Tom Thibodeau decided to go with Deuce. More offense rather than the rebounding and that part. So I'm sure they're going to look at that. I'm sure they're going to, I'm sure he's probably going to, he's probably thinking about that now. The late game situations. Could you have subbed in Precious there in one of those defensive possessions? Maybe. Kesha says iHeart struggles to guard a pick against a stretch big. Precious has done a much better job on that. Yeah, but the thing is, iHeart has been 6 points tonight, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds for Isaiah Hartenstein. He got held there at the end of the fourth quarter, but it's not something that's that I'm noticing a lot. Knicks have all the confidence in the world with Isaiah Hartenstein. So Precious, you think he's quicker on his feet, but they decided not to go with him in the fourth, and I'm sure, Tom Thibodeau was going to haggle with that, because if he's in there, like I said, a few of those possessions, maybe the Knicks grab a rebound, and you never know. Alyssa said Miles needs the ball in the end. He can shoot the 3. Give him the ball. McBride had a great look from Jalen Brunson in that fourth quarter, and he missed it. He had a great look, but he's getting his shots. I mean, the thing is, McBride, the thing you want to see is his shots falling in, and he was 2 of 5 from 3 today. Baby steps, because he wasn't scoring in game 1 and game 2, but tonight, baby steps. He'll be better. Precious had good minutes, but there were a few times rotations were missed and allowed the Pacers to build leads. Yeah, he had a bad turnover there, too. 2 turnovers for Precious that led to fast breaks. Guys, I'm not a lot of stuff to nitpick at, and it's I really wanted this one, but we should have won this game. We should have won this game. Honestly. And fourth quarter, execution has to improve. Late tonight, the fourth quarter execution wasn't there at all, and that will improve. But we should have won. We should have been up 3-0. We should have been up 3-0, but we still up 2-1. No worries. I'm not concerned about the end. They got their little flesh of blood. They cried after game 2. They were rewarded, and the Knicks should be petty and send Rick Carl a nice inbox of fouls that are not being called on Jalen Brunson. Getting smacked in the face, getting held, no call, no call, no call. But we move on. We will get them in game 4. I have confidence in the group. I have confidence that the guys will step up. Rapper in the chat from Twitter says worst officiating I've seen in a while. That is a fact. This game was probably especially on our side, it was lopsided. And the Pacers are gonna say, like, the Pacer fans are probably gonna go to the free throw shots, and we took 22, they took 18, but we should have been to the free throw line way more than the Indiana. The Pacers foul a lot. I think they're one of the league leaders in fouling in the NBA. And you know it's in the back of the referee's mind, like, oh, should I call this or should I not call this? The foul that they overturned on Jalen Brunson where the Pacers challenged it, he was literally getting held. And the Knicks wound up getting the ball after that, but it's just little things like that. Like, it's stupidity. But we move on. We will win game 4, and that's that. CM, what's going on, CM? Appreciate you in here, CM. Knicks didn't ride Alec Burks' heater end of 3rd to the 4th. They subbed out Burks real quick when Burks had a few good looks, and then he missed them, and then Tom Thibodeau put Deuce in for Alec Burks. So, yeah, I mean, he played an amazing game. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. 6 shots, 2 of 4 from 3, getting to the free throw line, had an and 1, 14 points. You getting that off your bench? Sign me up. Sign me up. We need all the offense we can get from off the bench. It lessens the load out of, obviously our starters. So sign me up for that. Sign me up for that. TA says because they can't play defense. That's why they foul a lot. They can't play defense, and they foul a ton. And tonight was just one of those nights where the NBA referees decided not to call anything on them. You be the judge. Was this a goaltend? I'm trying to slow this down. That's so close, man. That is so close. Like, I understand a no call in that situation, but that is extremely close. You would literally have to, like, review this. I don't know. Now that I look at it, I think it did hit the glass first, but we move on. Like Ben Stiller says, we won't cry. We won't cry. So I'm trying to pull up some quotes for you guys to see if we got some quotes for you guys. They're putting together a highlight reel for the missed calls tonight. Oh, man. Give us small market teams a chance. Give us small market teams a chance. And this was the foul. Let's look at this play together. This is what I was talking about. Isaiah Hartenstein was getting held. Okay, why aren't you playing? Look at Siakam. Holding him. Look at this. Like, bro. And the referee is trying to, like, holding him. No call. It's all right, Indiana. We won't cry about it. We just beat you in game 4 and just move on. It is what it is. It is like that. That stuff pisses me off at the end of the day, but that's what you want to do. Referees. Okay. Lamar says the NBA gave that game. We regroup and get this dub on Sunday. Knicks in 5. That's it. That's all we got to do. Regroup, get this game 5, get this game 4, and move on. Pacers led the league in fouls per game, 30th overall. Knicks were ranked 5th. Yeah, and they just keep on fouling. But the crying worked. The $35,000 fine worked. So that's what you got to do. Yo, Pacers should have smoked us. Half of our team is injured. That's what gives me confidence in this series. What we're dealing with. And we still should have won tonight. And the guys played their asses off, man. Played their asses off. Still should have won. But we need OG back. Got to get back healthy. Big part of our team. Big piece of the puzzle. Shoquan says, "Nah, game 3 in Philly was way worse. This one we let slipped away beside all the stupid calls." Yeah, like it. There was some stupid calls. Obviously, game 3 in Philly was way worse. Obviously, Embiid tried to take out. He ultimately did take out Mitchell Robinson, but yeah, that was way worse. But regroup. You get it on Mother's Day. It's at 3:30 afternoon game. Look, second half. I didn't like what I saw from the Pacers in the second half, and I thought the Knicks kind of found something defensively in that second half. We're slowing the Pacers down a lot. And now, it took, like I said, it took them a heave to win this game. If they miss that and they grab the rebound, who knows what happens. But got to regroup. Pacers got their little fun. Cried to the officials. You got it. We move on. We get game 3 and we get game 4, and we go up 3-1 heading into Madison Square Garden. And then we take care of business in Madison Square Garden. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. Al says we beat them boys. Sold tonight. Next game. Set up at 4-1 Eastern Conference Final. That's it. I love the positivity in the chat tonight. I love it. Everyone seems positive about this series. I seem like that as well. If anything, we should be up 3-0, but we take it game 4. We go up 3-1, like I said, and we move on. This team outworks you, out-hustles you, the grit, the grind, next man up. In game 4, we will win game 4, and then we'll take it back to MSG, and then we'll just go from there. But this one, it sucked to let slip away. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's the playoffs. They're going to let a lot of things slip. They're going to let a lot of calls not go your way. But Rapper says DiVincenzo needs to keep shooting. I love his confidence. Yeah. Devo, great series so far. Obviously, it started in that closeout game versus the Philadelphia 76ers too, right? And ever since then, he's been on a mission. I think they asked him today, somebody asked him, should the Knicks punt game 3? And he was like, hell no. And he came out today, guns a-blazing. They couldn't stop him. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This is the accountability I love from Jalen Brunson, though. Brunson clearly was expecting to get fouled before that off-balance 3 after the go-ahead 30-footer by Nembhard. Quote, terrible decision, something I need to learn from. That's it. Move on. We lost. We move on. We get it back in game 4. That's it. That's it. I'm not even going to acknowledge this Pacer fan in my chat. But look, we move on. Game 4. We get that win. We go back. Appreciate every single one of you joining me tonight. If you haven't done so already, smash the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate you guys joining me, doing this all the time, all series long, all season, all playoffs. I'm on here. So appreciate every single one of you. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. I'll catch you guys next time. As always, it is Let's Go Knicks. Peace.